What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Welcome to Texas Podcast. Thank you for all the OG original day ones. And thank you for all the new subscribers as well. Thank you for all the likes, comments, feedback. It's genuinely greatly appreciated. How's everybody out there doing today on this Monday? How's everybody out there doing today? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I don't know. Today I woke up feeling like Denzel off Training Day, right? You get a case. You get a case. You get a case. I'm feeling like Denzel on Training Day, right? Call me Lorenzo. I'm feeling like Lorenzo. Eh? You get a case. You get a case. You get a case. Right? So, Dante Lamar Bell. Dante Lamar Bell. If you think I lose sleep over a misdemeanor, let me tell you how a misdemeanor works out here in Texas, man. Somebody's that's disabled, they'll give them community service, right, for a misdemeanor. If you can't do the community service, canned foods will be sufficient, right? You bring canned foods, and that's your community service, right? Canned foods. So I got plenty of canned foods, man. To me, misdemeanors are like warnings, right? I don't take misdemeanors too seriously, man. Felonies, on the other hand, yes. Felonies I do take very seriously. Misdemeanors I don't. I lose no sleep over misdemeanors. Misdemeanors to me are like warnings, and I don't take misdemeanors too seriously because they really can't do nothing to you. You know what I mean? It's like it's just like a warning, right? So, but what you need to do, Mr. Dante Lamar Bell, go to your platform, go to your everybody else's platforms that were in cahoots with you that were spreading misinformation, and get my videos taken down from their platforms as well, right? Because they're all in cahoots with you, right? You're the puppet master with 140,000 subscribers, right? I'm giving you opportunities, right? You have 10 days, right? I've already made my itinerary, right? I Yesterday when I'm going through my itinerary, I didn't realize Detroit's a recreational. I didn't know that. I didn't know Detroit was recreational. Ain't that a bitch? So I'm like, oh man, I definitely gotta go now. I gotta kill two birds with one stone, right? I go up there and so just like you were in cahoots with everybody spreading misinformation on your platform and on everybody else's platform, and everybody was writing for you because you're their leader. So if they have so much love for you, they're gonna do what you request of them, right? Shut them down, open up shop. Hell. So you have 10 days. Take all the misinformation videos off your platform, off June's platform, off Mark's platform, off everybody else's platform you're in cahoots with, right? Because yes, you can take it off your page. You can say you could do yours year end, but you still started, instigated, and created a monster, right? So if all these people that were in cahoots with you give a fuck about you, they're gonna take every single video that's misinformation about me down, right? Because you're gonna pay the piper, right? Everybody else's actions that were tied with you, that you were in cahoots with, You, Mr. Dante Lamar Bell, are going to pay the piper. Right. So I suggest what you do today, get with all your cronies, take all my videos down from all your platforms that are all misinformation, right? Big Nooney's channel, your channel, June's channel, Mark's channel, Just Jay's channel, everybody's channel that you are tied into, remove the misinformation, right? That's simple. If not, you're paying the piper. My itinerary is ready, right? This is my plan trip. This is my road trip, right? It's 17 hours to get to Detroit. 17 hours. So I have to have a co-pilot with me, right? I have to have a co-pilot, right? I'm not. There's no way I can drive 17 hours, right? I'm gonna need a co-pilot. So my itinerary is for 3-day rental, 17 hours just to get there, one day, 24-hour period to handle my business in Detroit, and another 17 hours on the way back, right? So I probably get like a few 8, just enough sleep just to be able to handle the road. But like I said, Detroit is a recreational, man. So I can enjoy me some gummies. I can enjoy me some gummies down the road, a vape, and then once I'm getting closer to the borderline, toss it out the window. You know what I mean? So my itinerary is getting planned out, man. Right? It's $175 for the filing fee, $20 for the motion, $26 for the processing service fee from the local sheriff. My itinerary is being planned as I speak, right? Because if you think I'm not going to go through it and you think that I'm scared of a misdemeanor, because that's what you said you got, right? I'm going to win. You know I'm going to win. And the only thing you can say is, oh, you got a misdemeanor up your sleeve. Do you know how many misdemeanors I break every day? Sometimes I don't wear a seatbelt. Sometimes I don't turn my signal lights. Sometimes I be speeding. Sometimes I pass red lights. I'm breaking misdemeanor laws every day. So now that's your ace in the hole. And the only reason you don't want to do it because you don't consider yourself a snitch, right? I'm like, file the report, right? You need the local police department's number. I'm more likely to give it to you for you can file your complaint. All right. I help you file your complaint against me if you want to file it, but you say you're not a snitch, right? That's the only reason you're not doing it, because you're not a snitch. Do it. Do it like how you were so confident running your dick suckers. Because everything I say about you is your own actions. Your own actions, man. So if you want me to stop talking about you or Mark, take me to court. Right? Because isn't that what you said? And your message, it's subliminal message that if I don't stop, it's going to go another road. So which way is it going to go? Which way? There's only two ways that it can go when you threaten somebody like that. Is it legal actions or is it physical harm? Am I in imminent danger or what is it? Because you stopped texting after that, right? So you responded. So in a way or another, you opened the door to negotiations, right? You responded, right? So what you need to do, all your channels you have access to, either passwords or in cahoots, because they didn't have no problem posting it for you, right? So they shouldn't have no problem taking it down for you if they love you so much as they say they do, right? You're the king, right? You're their leader. You're their leader. So if your minions cared about you, what you need to do today and in this 10-day period go through your content, delete all my videos that are misinformation, or pay the piper. You know what? Even if you still do it, I'm still going to file the motion, right? So don't think that that's just that you're going to do a goodwill, right? A good faith, right? No, I'm still looking for more. That's just the beginning, right? So when you decide not to remove this information videos and then I go to court, I told them that in that 10-day period, I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I gave you enough time, right? So just like these people were giving you access to their accounts to promote and propaganda of misinformation, they shouldn't have no problem when you ask them, request them to remove videos that are in misinformation because they're going to get you in trouble. And that's the truth, right? You're not lying to them. They're going to get you in trouble. They're going to get you in trouble. But see, at least when we go to court, you be able to redeem yourself, right? Because the judge is going to be like, oh, so you took steps to fix the problem, right? You just didn't continue. And I'll be like, oh, yes, sir, you done. Or, he did take some baby steps to try to fix the situation, but we're still here. So it's all on how you want to portray yourself to the judge, right? Do you want to portray yourself like an ignorant fuck that doesn't want to listen to legal terms, or somebody that's going to humble themselves and be like, yes, Your Honor, I fucked up. It is what it is. I'm here to take full responsibility for it, right? So today, for the 10 days you have, go to all your content, go through all your other minions' content, delete the videos that are all misinformation about me. That's what you need to do, right? I hope you don't think I'm bullshitting with you, bro. Don't think I'm playing games with you, man. Right? You don't have control of this narrative, man. You don't have control, right? I'm basically dictating what's going to happen with your life now moving forward. I got your life right here, right? Whatever you decide to do moving forward, it's going to affect the future of your life, right? So you can continue and ignore it, or you can start doing what I'm demanding. I'm not requesting no more, right? I sent you a request. I'm demanding, right? I'm demanding for you to remove all your misinformation about Noel Martinez off your platform and every other buddy's platform that you have access to. Big Mooney's, Mark's channel, June's channel, Just Jay's channel, everybody else's channel, Angela's channel, everybody's channel, right? If I see one fucking video about me that's misinformation, your ass is getting hit. Right? I'm not playing with you, Dante. You are going to pay the piper, just like you instigated it. You blew everything out of proportion. You created this monster of all this misinformation through all these other platforms, and it's only you. Since you created it, it's your responsibility to end it and make things right. Right? That's your responsibility, right? As the defendant, that is your responsibility to make things right. Right? And what I'm telling you to make things right, my demands are not out of this world. I'm not telling you to jump off the building. Right? My demands can easily be met. Right? Easily. Just like you put them up there, spread misinformation. All you have to do is take them down and clean up the mess. Right? That's it. You see, actions speak louder than words. Right? Actions. I don't see no remorsefulness from either you or Mark. Nothing. No remorsefulness, right? Y'all want to sit there and talk about other people's victims. Why don't y'all talk about y'all's victims? Y'all want to talk about other people's victims. Why don't y'all talk about y'all's victims? Because y'all have victims, right? Talk about that. Talk about that, right? Here you got this guy named Dante Lamar Bell, right? Everything on his content is about homosexuality, apex predatory, right? He's not trying to tell you this is what happens. No, he's just trying to tell you 6 stories of homosexuality, of prison grape. And he portrays his own kind as the most sexual deviant there is in this world, right? Because all his characters are black, right? All his victims are white or Mexican. So if it doesn't if all his content doesn't paint a picture of a picture of a sadistic freak, I don't know, right? Because his content is not about exposing. It's almost like low grade, soft core homosexuality porn. Deviancy at its finest, right? From Dante Lamar Bell. So Dante, go remove the channels from all your platforms, from all the platforms you have access to, right? These are my demands, right? I'm not requesting you. These are demands, right? Before you know they're misinformation, you willingly know, so don't act fucking stupid. All right. Go to June's. Mark, don't worry about Mark, right? Mark gonna get a case himself too, right? I'm gonna deal with Mark, right? Open Lake, a motherfucker, right? I know where his bitch ass lives too. Right. So you're gonna get a case in the mail too. But once you see the motion that I'm lighting the fire under your daddy Dante, y'all don't fall in line, right? The rest will fall in line. I guarantee you that, right? He's already falling in line, right? He's already admitting that he's gonna lose, right? Do y'all want me to show y'all the text messages where he's basically no, I don't want to do that, right? That's I don't want to ruin my case, right? Right. But this is we're in negotiations, right? We can go back and forth, right? Right now, nothing is a legal term yet. Nothing. Nothing. Right? So I can talk about it. I can talk about it, right? Because a cease and desist letter is not an authorized legal document. All it is just a request from one person to another. So we can still talk about it, right? Now, once I file my motion, I can't talk about it, buddy. Right? Because now it's illegal. Now it's a legal matter. Right? So basically, I'm just giving you warnings and head up and demands of what I want. Right? Before, I can't tell you no more. Right? Because once I file my motion, I can't tell you no more. I can't talk about it. I can't talk about it no more. So that's why they give us these 10 days, right? It's almost like a mediation for you have time to go back and forth. What's my demands? Can you meet my demands? If not, then fucking we go full throttle. That's the whole pay. That's the whole place. That's the whole point of this cease and desist letter, right? To bring us to the table to somewhat mediate, negotiate before we go to the legal matter, right? So I can talk about it, right? And as you offended me publicly and on social media, your misinformation is on social media. It's only right that I talk about what I'm going to do to you, right? I still haven't filed the motion in legal court, so it's I can't. Legally, by law, I can still talk about it, right? Because we're in negotiations, right? You got my number blocked, so I can't reach out to you. Email, I don't know. Social media, you did all your misinformation on social media, so it's only right that I pursue it on social media like you did. And like I said, and what did you say? You go your way, I'll go my way. No, we're too late. So you want to say you go your way, I go my way? No, we passed that, baby. We passed that point. We passed that point of no return, right? Once the court system decides, then the legal system will tell you go your way, he goes his way. It's binded, right? It's binded. So we're gonna go it that way, right? When it's all said and done, you go your way, I go my way. But not till then. Not till then. Because you said some very hateful, serious, horrific misinformation about me. Stuff that can't be taken back, right? Because you put it out there. Your actions don't speak remorsefulness, right? I haven't seen no video of you coming up and saying, you know what, all that stuff that I said about Mr. Noel Martinez was misinformation. I apologize. There's nothing of sorts, right? Have you seen it? Have your actions dictated remorsefulness, right? To where I can be like, oh man, I feel bad. I'm not gonna take a shit box and make him pay me rent, right? Because what you did to me is a lot of emotional distress, man. My family, as I speak, it's still in danger, imminent, right? Danger's around the corner because of your misinformation and actions, right? Matter of fact, I think somebody said Jay Prince had a hitman after me, right? Oh, so he posted one last night. Okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you. No remorse. He doubled down on. Okay, 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 okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Because like I said, I don't even pay attention, man. So he doubled down on it, right? Okay, Mr. Mark. Look at this message, right? Hold on. Look. look. Y'all check this out. Y'all check this out. Hold on. I think Mark's. I think Mark's real fucking stupid. Look at this. All right. Look what your war daddy says me. Look at your word. Look what your war daddy says. Look what your war daddy says right here. Right. He goes. What does your war daddy say? Okay, fine. You win. I would adhere to your cease and desist. I will not mention you or talk about you on any platform from this day forward. Right. Follow your suit so I can counter the ball in your court. Right. Okay. So Mark, you will be here here in a little bit. I will be making a video. Since I already have my own template that I made up, all I have to do is switch the date and put Mark Terrell Moore. Right? You don't want to get it when you do not want to get in the courtroom with me, Mark. Right? You do not want to get in the courtroom with me, Mark. Right? You will be facing criminal charges, buddy. Get off the fucking gas. Get off the gas, man. Right? Get off the fucking gas, you fucking idiot. Listen to Dante. Right? Okay? So Dante, the ball is in your court. Go to your channel. Go to these other channels that I mentioned to you, right? Delete all my misinformation, or you're paying the piper. Watch Mark. Right now, here in a little bit, after I edit this document, I'm going to publicly show you. I'm sending you a letter of cease and desist, right? And I guarantee you, Mark, you already have a target on your back. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me, Mark. Keep your motherfucking mouth shut. I'm busy with another bitch, right? I'm busy with another bitch right now, right? I can't give you my time and day right now. But if you do, I can multitask, right? I can multitask. I can set this shit in motion. But I want you. First, I want you to see what I'm going to do to Dante. Right? I know, Crab Chronicle. The same people that are over there, they come over here and they're like church, not a squeaky or peep, right? Dante Bill. I've made my demands loud and clear. You have 10 days, right? You have 10 days. If you do not want to pay the piper per se, just like you started all the propaganda about me, stop it, redeem yourself, and show the judge you have remorse, right? Show him that that yes, you fucked up, but you redeem yourself. You redeem yourself, right? You at the end of the day, that's what they want to do. The judge wants to know if you were able to correct your wrong on your own. Now, if you can't correct your wrong on your own, then he's going to spank you. And what I mean, he's going to spank you. He's going to agree to give me most of my demands, right? He'll give me most of them, right? So this is what you have to do for today. Go to all your minions. You see, look, Mark, right now, I'm about to send you one to Opelika too, right? You work at a different gas station, so I don't know which one you're going to be at, right? You work at 2 or 3 different gas stations, buddy. But that Opelika one's you. So you'll get one, and I'll make one publicly on social media. Publicly, right? And if you're so kindly, send me an email, man, so I can have an email to contact you and send it to you. That's legal. You know what I mean? Since you're so confident, right? You want to continue, you piece of shit, right? So you have victims, you have actual victims that you don't want to step in no form of any courtroom, right? But it's sad to say that that's going to be in the near future for you, buddy. So that's why I don't want to waste too much time on you, right? You might feel like I'm giving you a pass, but I'm not, right? Like I said, you're out of my jurisdiction for the moment, for the time being. Somebody else got you in their target, right? In their eyesight. Let's leave it at that, right? And I got my eyesights on Dante Lamar Bell as I speak, right? Look, look, look. What person tells you this, right? What person? This sounds like a guilty man, right? But you know how many times this guy has apologized to me? Do you know how many times he's apologized to me? Do you know how many times he's apologized? So that's why I refuse to do any out of court negotiations with him, right? I don't agree to do no any kind of out of court. He can meet my demands. He can do some good faith. He can start doing some good faith, showing good faith. And what do I mean by showing good faith? Go in there, start taking down your misinformation videos about me. Go to your cronies, go to their platforms, and start taking their channel, my right? Because it's all going to come. You're going to pay the price. You feel it in your bones, right? You know, my case will knock you out, right? Not like the case that you try to build upon me with false narrative, right? That I'm still standing here. That's the difference. The truth will always win, right? But but Mark, check this out, Mark. Look what your old war daddy used. Look what your old this is the wagon you need to jump on, Mark. You see how when he was speaking about oh hoorah hip hoorah rah, 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 rah. Who's bootlicking now? Who's the bootlicker? Right? You put me through so much horrific trauma, right? That a few words of your actions shouldn't hurt you. Because, like, once again, let's make it clear. I, Noel Martinez, do not wish Dante Lamar Bell any kind of physical harm, or do I want anybody, a third party, to insert themselves in any kind of form or way to cause Dante Lamar Bell any kind of harm, physical, social media, any kind of harm. I am just talking about Dante Lamar's actions upon Noel Martinez with the misinformation, the trauma, the turmoil, life endangerment, relocation, extreme emotional distress, health deterioration. And like I said, man, like I said, I'm a person that suffers from major depression with psychotic issues, psychotic features, right? So you don't know how many times you put me on the verge of unaliving myself, right? I told you I'm a cutter, right? All this stuff is going to be painting a vivid picture, right? And I have documents to back up all these medical terms that I'm telling you, right? How are you a cutter? Well, look at my scars on my arms, right? They're going to see the scars in the hallway. The guy is a fucking cutter, right? Because unless he got into a fight with a fucking tiger or a lion and they clawed them, those are fucking cuts, right? So you don't understand. On the verge of how many ledges I've been because of you, right? You, Mark Moore, Mooney, June, all the characters that you have tied in, that you have corrupted and manipulated to go on your crusade of spreading misinformation on Mr. Noel Martinez. Do you know how many ledges my family had to talk me down out of? You don't know that, right? Because you don't get to see that, right? You don't get to see the actual turmoil and distress you've cost me, right? But my family has, right? You haven't, right? Because if you would have seen me on the news, you would have been laughing, right? You would have called me a crash out. He couldn't handle it. but you were the cause of that. You know, you could have been the possibility of that, right? Because of your actions. Isn't that what people do? Isn't that what kids do when they get bullied on cyberbully or even at school? They jump off a ledge or whatever's easier for them. I've been there. You've put me at those ledges. And the good thing that my family have been there to be able to talk me out of it, right? But see, that you don't understand that people that suffer from mental depression succumb a lot easier to people that are normal healthily, right? They're not suffering from any kind of mental issues, right? It hits people differently, right? Some people can react differently, right? Like I said, I like feeling pain, man. When I feel emotional pain, like pain that you've caused me, I like to turn it into physical pain, right? It's either against somebody else or upon myself, right? Physical pain. I don't like feeling emotional pain. I like I like feeling physical pain, something that I can understand, right? Once I see the blood and everything, and I can see the shit looking like a pussy, I can understand why I feel the pain, right? But I can't understand the emotional why I feel that way, right? So I have to convert the emotional into physical to make my mind understand it that it's okay. But not everybody's minds are different, right? That's what makes us different, right? That's why the mind is one of the things that people still can't figure it out, right? Still can't figure it out, right? That's why they when somebody does terrific stuff, man, we got to get that guy's brain, man. We got to pick it, see what was wrong with it from what the other ones we have to look at, to diagnose, right? So you have to understand the emotional distress you've caused me, right? I'm not just a person that can just handle it and be like, oh, it's no, man. People with severe mental issues, disability, right? It's a disability, right? It's what the medical teams call it, right? Because it's disability, man, right? Like I said, my disability will get me in trouble, right? Because like I said, emotional pain, I automatically convert it into physical pain. So hollering and bickering leads to physical instantly, right? I like instant gratification, right? Instantly. Win, lose, or draw. Don't matter. Because I don't like feeling emotional pain, right? I don't like feeling emotional pain. I can't understand emotional pain. I can't. I'm 40 something years old and I can't understand it, right? But ever since at a young age, I can understand physical pain. That I can understand. So you just don't understand how many ledges I've been at, man. How many ropes I had to unknot. How many blades I had to put back in the drawer. How many medication had to be locked up. Why? Because the emotional pain has to be converted into physical pain in my mind. Maybe not in your mind, but in my mind it does, right? In your mind, you're probably like, oh, emotional pain. You probably cry about it, or laugh about it, or mad about it, right? And that might be the end of it for you, right? But that's just the beginning for me. And when it's self inflicted, you know, that's why I kind of tend to be by myself, right? So I kind of avoid everything, right? So when it does happen, I can only get mad at myself, and it don't go too bad, right? But when it's caused by somebody like Dante Lamar Bell for no reason, Keep on thinking that, Lisa Webb. Okay, Lisa Webb, keep on thinking that. Keep on thinking that, right? You see, Mark, I can talk about Mark, right? Anybody can talk about Mark. Why? He made a documentary about himself, right? Committing one of the horrific crimes, right? Anybody, anybody can spend their days and talk about Mark and face no repercussions. Why? If you want me to stop talking about you, take me to court. Like I'm gonna do you. Right? You're not gonna dictate, oh, you stop talking about me, I'll stop talking. No, I'm gonna continue talking about you. Right? Because I can. Now, you see, you posted a documentary that's worldwide, right? Somebody in Israel, somebody in Jamaica, somebody in the Netherlands, somebody in Alaska can make a video about you and you cannot feel no kind of way, right? How? It's a self-confession, a video of sort. It's you. At the end, you said like, oh man, this video needed it because there was a confession of sort. So if you confessed, then it was true. So you can't get mad. Everything I speak about Dante are his own actions. All of it. His actions, his statements. And he doesn't make it any better when he doubles down on these statements. Right? So when I called Dante Bell a racist on social media, he doubled down on his racist remark. Right? Don't you remember? I'm a racist, and I'm gonna tell you this. Why? Because the guards were being mean to me. The fake stuff when you're not gonna pay. So you think I'm not gonna go through it? I think that Lisa Webb. Lisa Webb. Look at this right here. Do you know how much my road trip is gonna cost me? I'm gonna give you my road trip, right? A 3-day car rental expense is 175. Okay? 175 for the filing. $20 for the motion. $26 for the service process. The sheriff, the bailiff have Dante Lamar served, right? That's I'm in there 200, let's say 500, right? That's $500, right? Now another $100 for a hotel, another $100 to spend at the dispensary. Uh, so like about $1,000, right? Do you know how much I spend on boxes of cards? I spend $140 on each card, on each box of cards that I buy. They average from 140 to 250, sometimes 300, right? I buy these boxes on the average, right? So you don't think that if I spend money on a hobby, it's a hobby, right? Because baseball card collecting is a hobby for me. It's a hobby. You don't think I'm going to spend money to defend my name and put somebody in their place? Ask yourself that, right? I haven't worked since 2020. My kid is on vacation, right? My wife's staying home, right? If you think that it's complicated for me to do what I'm telling you to do, no, I'm not going to see. That's my right. I'm a content creator now, right? I want to be a content creator. That's my right. I have a right to do content, right? That's my right. As a content creator, I have right to do content. Now, if y'all are the topic of the content, don't do stupid actions. Don't say stupid statements. Simple as that. Right? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You have 10 days. Lisa Webb. Since you're such a big Dante fan, go spread the message. They have 10 days. He has 10 days, right? Here in a little bit, I'm sending him the certified mail. Right? Certified mail to his house. He already got one publicly. He already got one. He's what did he say on the email? Yo, dog. Yo, dog. I got too much going in my life right now, dog. Yo, dog. I got too much going on in my life right now. I ain't worried about you or that shit, Mark shit. You go your way, I go my way, dog. Yo, dog. Yo, dog. Isn't that how you fucking Detroit dudes sound? Yo, dog. What's up, yo, dog? I'm kind of pissed off, man, because I was gonna use some. I was gonna go watch the Texas Rangers spank the Detroit Tigers, right? Okay, well that's their prerogative, right? That's their prerogative, right? That's their prerogative, right? Because at the end of the day, when I'm in court, it's gonna give that I gave Dante Bill the opportunity to tell all his people that he inserted himself, that he has access to, that they didn't want to. He started it. He's paying the piper. It's that simple, Lisa Webb. I that's why I'm not really entertaining with Mark, right? Mark, he can continue, right? Because once I make the example of the Dante, everybody else will fall in line. That's what you fail to understand, right? I'm not gonna go on a witch hunt and go put cases on everybody like Denzel Washington, right? I'm already working on one. I'm not gonna tie myself in so much litigation, right? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna tie myself up in so much, right? I'm going after Dante Lamar Bill. Once they see Dante Lamar Bill as an example, everybody else will fall, right? Because I will be compensated. Miss Lisa Webb, if you're so for the Team Dante, cash app him, right? He's gonna need it. Start helping him. Start helping him, right? But it seems like instead of you helping him, all you're doing is pissing me off, right? Like I said, I'm an emotional person. Emotional, I convert to physical, right? And this way, I can't physically do nothing to him. So my physically, I have to turn it into the legal system, right? So maybe I can emotionally and physically help my mental health be like, damn, it doesn't always have to be physical, right? You can deal with the emotion. You can deal with the emotion, man. You can deal with it, right? You don't always have to want to be jumping off the ledges, or you always don't want to be unaliving somebody else, right? Those are not the steps, right? Maybe by me doing this, it'll give my peace of mind to where it's like, hey, you dealt with this emotional, man. Look, you were able to do it. You conquered it, and look at it, right? And maybe I will stop cutting myself, right? Maybe I will stop being so shoot first, ask questions later, right? To where I can deal with the emotional stress, right? So keep on thinking, man. Keep on thinking, keep on thinking, Lisa Webb. You know what I mean? Because this is no longer about you or how you feel or how Dante feels, right? It's about how Noel Martinez feels, how Noel Martinez health feels, right? Mental health, physical health. That's why I'm doing it, right? To prove myself that maybe I don't have to, do it the physical way, right? Emotional way to me is do it the legal way, right? Go about it that way. And maybe you'll probably get some instant gratification too, right? It'll probably make you feel like, oh, you see, you didn't have to get instant physical gratification, right? You didn't have to cut yourself. You didn't have to harm anybody. And at the end of the day, you accomplished it, right? Your emotions were all over the place, but you were able to contain composure and succeed. And that's the big picture, right? The big picture at this point is about me. because this is why I'm doing it, right? For me. So the ball, like how he's told me, right? The ball's in my court. Now the ball's in your court, right? Take those videos down from your platform, everybody else platform you have access to, that you were cheering, hurrah, rah, stroking, swallowing. Take it down. Uh, You could Lisa Webb. You could say you're not going to go through it. Uh, you're not going to spend 350. You're not going to go through the road trip. I already told you. I put this on my mama, right? I guess I'm gonna have to put my hand on the Bible. Okay. Well, if they ain't paying no attention, then they ain't got nothing to worry about it, right? If they're gonna continue, they ain't got nothing to worry about. They don't have nothing to worry about, right? They don't have nothing to worry. To them, it's just okay. Continue it, continue it, right? Because they continue it. All it paints. It's like my daughter told me, right? My daughter told me, she goes, and you told these guys that you were going to take them to court, and I'm like, yeah, because I want them to continue doing it. I want them, right? Because it's just going to continue painting the picture that after I asked you going through the courts now, when we get our court date, it's going to probably be about a 2-year process, right? So just imagine, right? The judge is going to look at it, right? This has been going on since 2024, and now we're in 2026, right? Right. So it's going to be by the time everything's said and done, and we have our say in court, it's going to probably be like 2026, man. Right. By the time we have our court date and everything's said, it's going to be 2026. So during that time, it's just going to prolong, right? The judge is going to be like, so you've been going on this for 2 years and he's been telling you and avid through that you realize that you have a court date, you still continued. Or maybe it's when you realize you have a court date, right? That's when it's going to finally sink in. And that's what I know, right? That's what it's going to have to take me, right? I know I still have more baby steps to go to fucking prove to you, right? I know I still have a few more baby steps to prove to you, right? Until you see me that I'm in Detroit at the courthouse, that's when you're going to take things seriously, right? But you have 10 days to show me, right? It's 10 days of faith, right? You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to do nothing. By no means. It's a cease and desist is just a request. By no means is that illegal, right? But just like how you said it right here in your message, you're going to lose, right? So once again, this is proof that you willingly know that you're in the wrong and that you're going to lose. But instead of redeeming yourself and say, you know what, Mr. Martinez, I'm going to go try to see what I can do and try to get all this misinformation that I spread about you, that I started about you, taken down. I do apologize. You're not doing that, right? That's what the judges want us to see, remorsefulness and redeeming yourself. But no, it seems like you're trying to find loophole after loophole and trying to victim shame me, right? With all your other accounts. See, now you got another one right here, right? All these accounts, Lisa Webb, TDS Media, they're all you. They're all a subdivision of you through one of your 140,000 cult followings, right? Do you know how much emotional distress? Look at that. Now I'm whack. Nobody's paying me attention, right? Nobody. But if your actions of spreading misinformation would have made me jump off the ledge, everybody would have been paying attention, right? You would have been the cause of that, man. You would have been held responsible, right? Let's say I would have jumped off the ledge and I left the letter, right? And the cops would have investigated it, and they would have came back. Oh fuck! So this guy was cyberbullying this guy for about a year. This guy caused this guy to take his life, right? Because that's what you did, right? I mean, that's what happens, right? What do you think? Why do you think there's so many mothers crying, right? That their 13, 10, 14-year-old kid was bullied at school, right? Was being told that they were fat over and over, or not pretty, or not cool enough, over and over and over, right? Spreading all this information, misinformation, right? Because can't nobody judge what's beautiful and what's ugly, man. Everybody has something beautiful about them. Everybody, man. But see, you would have been happy me jumping off the ledge, right? And you would have been held criminally responsible, right? Because they would have looked into it and they're like, man, why did this guy do what he did? Well, there was a guy named Dante Bell spreading nothing but misinformation for about over 2 years, about a year. And they're gonna look into it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My family's gonna file civil suit you, take you for whatever you got. Right. So before that happens, I might as well do it. Right. So that way I can enjoy some of what you have. Right. Because I have to tell the judge how many times my family had to knock me off the ledge, right? Per se, right? How many times they had to take and lock up the the weapons, right? How many times? How many times? Or I got to the point that we, sir, I'm his wife, and now uh I monitor him and I give him his medication, because when he's going through emotional distress, I feared that he was just going to grab one of those those pills and just take them off. So now I monitor his medication. I give it to him on the time every day. And make sure he takes it. But before he was taking his own medication, he would go to the cabinet. But with all this emotional distress, I feared that uh, that he would consume more than what he would have to just to. So all this stuff, man. Maybe you don't believe me, but once we're in court, you'll be able to hear it from witnesses that actually, talk me out of it, stuff like that, because that's the difference, man. Right? A person with mental disabilities is totally different than somebody that doesn't have mental disabilities. They're going to react and think differently. They're going to think and react differently. So I got some things to do. Dante Lamar Bell, if you don't think I'm serious, and if you don't care, don't do no effort. All right. Y'all have a good one, man.